So welcome to this presentation where we want to look at 2021 Gce Maths Paper 2. Okay? We want to start. So we start with the question 1. And I must mention that these questions, they were just put together, otherwise they were solved on different days, different times. Okay? So if you are going to, I hope all of them are going to be very clear. Alright, so we start with the first one. By the way, these are the phone numbers, and we mean to give you these numbers just in case you may want us to give you extra lessons or tuitions. Not those of you that will just send the way, sir, look at my answers, sir, I want help. We are talking about thousands and thousands of people that make those requests. So it is very difficult for us to attend to you when you come in that manner. So you bear with us. So, but they can help you, these videos, to go through. And if you are stuck, I'm sure each one of you goes to one or two teachers. So you can use those teachers to verify our answers. But if you want to have serious tuitions with us, then you can call us. And there are also those people that towards the exams, you begin to call to say, sir, what about the leakage? No, we don't have, and we shall never have. Okay? We don't have, and we shall never have those things. So please avoid such calls. So we can start with the first question. So to simplify this one, we need to factorize the first part. How do we factorize it? It is going to be we use a difference of two squares, isn't it? We use a difference of two squares to factorize the numerator. And then you discover that this and that cancel, so we have, this is what is going to be our answer. Is that clear? Yes. So then we look at the second one. Okay. So we look at the second one now. Given that GP, geometric progression, that is 4, 2, 1, find the seventh term. How do we find the seventh term? So we need to know the nth term. Nth term of a GP. This is the formula that we use. What about the seventh term? So what is our first term? Our first term is 4. And we don't know what our common ratio is. So we need to find our common ratio as the second term, which is 2, divided by the first term. Okay? This is just the same as 1 over 2 or 0.5. So our first term is 4 multiplied by 0.5. N is 7, so 7 minus 1 is 6. So once you've done that, you allow your calculator to do the work now. So 4 multiplied by the power 6. So we're going to get 0.0625. This is what is going to be the seventh term. Are you following?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So we come now to the sum of the first 9 terms of the GP. The sum of the first 9 terms of a GP. This is the formula that we use when R is less than 1. So we go on and say the first, then we have 1 minus 0. N. What is our N? Our N here is 9. Okay? So here we're going to have 9 over 1 minus 0.5. I'm sure this one, you know that 1 minus 0.5, it will be 0.5. Okay. So This one, you punch this one on the calculator. 4 open brackets 1 minus 0.5 to the power 9 close brackets. Let me show you, maybe you'll be able to see this. A has been cancelled. Okay, so let's do it. We're saying 4 open brackets 1 minus 0.5 9 close, like this. Are we able to see this one? Just like this. And we say equals. So equals, we're going to get 3.9921875 divided by 0.5. Okay, divided by 0.5. So we are going to get that the sum of the first 9 terms is equal to 7.98. You round off to 3 significant figures. That is what will be your answer. Are you following?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Oh. Okay. So, find the geometric mean of these two numbers. Okay. So the geometric mean here of the two numbers here. Okay. We are going to say, if you have A, B, C, the geometric mean of these and this one, we say B is equal to the square root of A and C. Okay? So the same thing here is what we are going to say. For instance, if we have, so it will be, the geometric mean is going to be 196 multiplied by 15625. So put this in brackets because some of your calculators do not extend the root. So make sure that you enclose these values in the bracket. So you say open square root open brackets 196 multiplied by 15,625 close brackets equals. So we're going to have 1750. Okay? That is what we're going to get as our answer. So this is done. The next day or tomorrow or another day, I'm going to give you another question. Bye for now. Okay, so let's look at question 2a. This is question 2a. All right, we'll be coming to B shortly. So question 2a, it's a quadratic equation. What are we supposed to do in order to determine the values of x? Okay, so when you look at this equation, it has got a fraction. So the first thing that we're supposed to do is to get rid of the fraction. Okay, to get rid of the fraction. So to get rid of the fraction, if you have an equation like this, what you need to get rid of this fraction is to multiply each one of these 3 parts by x, because x is the denominator here. Okay, so I'm going to say x multiplied by 3x here, plus again x multiplied by 5 over x. This is equals to 12 multiplied by x. So the idea is that we want to get rid of this x here, so that this x and this one can cancel each other. In other words, we say x divided by x, we get 1. 1 multiplied by 5, it will be 5. So take note of that. So x multiplied by 3x, this gives us 3x squared plus this x and this one. Like I already explained, x divided by x is 1. 1 multiplied by 5, we're going to have 5. This is equals to 12x. Okay? So as you may know, the format of our quadratic equation, we need to rewrite this one so that we have it in this form. Okay? I'm sure this is what we want to have. So we need to rewrite this one in this form. So we're going to have now 3x squared. This one has to come the other side. So it will be a minus 12x plus 5 is equals to 0. So we have what? 3x squared minus 12x plus 5 is equals to 0. So that's the equation that we are dealing with now. So take note of that. This the same. So after that, from this point now, we need to use our formula. Okay, as you may know, minus 4a over, this is 2a. Okay, so we go on and say, so what is our b here? You know, this is our a, b is negative 12, and c is positive 5. So our b, we can drop it down here. Our b is a negative, and this negative, they will give us a positive. So we are going to have 12. Okay, we're going to have 12 plus minus this is supposed to be squared. Take note of that. It's supposed to be squared here. So 12 squared minus 4 multiplied by a, which is 3, multiplied by 5 there, over 2 multiplied by 3. Are we together? Are we together? X is equals to this. X is equals to this. Okay. So what do we get here? This gives us 12 minus plus minus. This is 144 minus. This is going to give us 12. 12, then we have 120. Okay? Isn't it? Well, this is going to give us 12, then 60. 60 over 6. Are we there? Then at this point now, we need to go on and say we have 12 plus or minus over 6. All right. So it's 144. 144 minus 60. So here we are getting 84. So what this means is that we're going to have two values of x. One of the values is going to come from a plus. The other one is going to come from a minus. So from this point, what we're going to start with, we'll start with, let me see. We'll start with, let me see if I can show you. We just say 12 plus the square root of 12 plus the square root of 84. Are we able to see this? Oh, can't. Okay. So just say punch on your calculator 12 plus the square root of 84 equals, on that equal sign, on that answer that you get, you divide it by 6. You divide it by 6. So you're going to get that one of the values of x, which is, it is 3.5275 2, 5, 2, 7, 5, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2. So when we get this one to 2 decimal places, it will be 3.53. Okay? Then the second one, we say 12 minus the square root now. So 12 minus the square root of 84 equals, then divided by 6 also. You also divide it by 6. So the answer now is going to be, this one, let me round it off directly. So we can say this one is going to be equals to 0.47. 0.47. So the values of x, you have this one and this one. So this is what you were supposed to find on the first question of 2. All right. Okay, so we look at 2b. This is part 2. This is question 2b. So we have this question. A boy has a bag containing 5 green, 1 red, and 4 blue. Okay. Balls. So one ball is selected at random and it's not replaced. And the second ball is also selected. We need to draw a tree diagram. We need to draw a tree diagram that shows the possible outcomes. So, since we have 3 colors there, we are going to have 3 branches. Okay, so we start with okay, and since 2 draws were made, I'm going to have this also. Okay. Let me see if they're visible. Oh, this other one is not. This other one is not. Okay, let me put it at this point now. Okay. So now we have what colors are we dealing with? Green, red, blue. Green, red, blue. Green, red, blue. Green, red, the blue. So this is the first one. It's what? Green, green. Okay. The first one is green, green. And the second one is green, red, green, blue. Then this one is red, green, red, red. And this one is red, blue. And this one is blue, green, blue, blue. And then blue, red, sorry. Then blue, blue. Okay. Okay. Then the first one, the green, how many are they? Okay. Green, how many are they? They're 5. So the first one is going to be 5 over, what is the total? The total here is 10. So 5 over 10. Okay. 5 over 10. Then the second one, if the first one is blue, okay, maybe we can finish this one. For the first, this one will be 1 over 10. The last one will be 4 over 10. Okay. Then is this okay? So if this is 5, if the first one that was drawn is green. What is the possibility or the probability that the second one will be green also? So the green will reduce from 5 to 4 over 9. Okay? Then this one will still be at 1 over 9, and this one will still be 4 over 9. Okay? Then when we come to this one now, when you come to this one, the second one, if the first one that was picked is red, what is the probability that second one is also going to be red? Okay? Now, red only has one ball in the bag. So the second one here, it is, if you want, you can say it will be 0 over 9. Because the only one which is there has been drawn at this point. Okay? As in for the green balls, they are still at 5 over 9. Okay? Then this one, the blue balls, they are also still at 4 over 9. Then when we come to this one now, if the first ball that was drawn was a blue ball, what is the probability that the second one is also going to be blue? So the blue reduces from 4 to 3. So it will be 3 over 9. The total also reduces. Red will still be at 1 over 9. And then the green will still be at 4 over, or still be at 5 over 9. So this is what we are expecting now. And this is how we are supposed to draw our tree diagram. Just like this. Okay? This is how we are supposed to draw our tree diagram. This is 5 over 10, 1 over 10, 4 over 10. Okay? I hope this side everything is clear. So this answers the first question. Find the probability that the two balls are of the same color. So meaning we are talking about the probability of us having what? Green plus the probability of us having what? Red. Okay? Plus the probability of us having what? Blue. Okay? That's what we're talking about there. So we can come to those colors now. The probability of having green and green is what? This one here, which is 5 over 10 multiplied by 4 over 9. This one and this one. Then red. If you like, we can say it's plus 1 over 10 multiplied by 0 over 9. Plus, then we come to blue, which is 4 over 10 multiplied by 3 over 9. Okay? So now we can continue. This is going to give us what? 20 over 90. Okay? And then this is also going to give us here 0 over 90 plus, what do we get here? 12 over 90. Okay? So we can have our common denominator here, which is 90. When you add these, what do we get? This is going to give us 32, isn't it? This is going to give us 32. Then at this point, we can look for the number that can go into, for instance, if we can try, okay, let's deal with 2. 2 here, it's 16. 2 here, it's 45. Okay? Do we have a number that can go into both 16 and 45? I can't think of one. What about you? So I think that is what is going to be our final answer there. I think that is what is going to be our final answer there. And this is the whole question. All right. This question has taken us to all this working here. All right. Thank you very much for following this. Let's move on to the next question, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we come to question 3. Okay, as you may know, this is construction. So we need to construct a triangle EFG, in which EF is 11 centimeters, EG is 6.5 centimeters, and GF is 10 centimeters. Okay, so we can have a sketch. We can have a sketch here where we're going to say this is E and this is F. Okay, then this is going to be our G. So this is 11 centimeters. Okay, then EG, this is 6.5. Then GF is 10. Right, so this is our guide. We need to actualize now this. All right, so here is our ruler. Here is our ruler. So we need to measure now. Okay, we have to measure 11 centimeters. We have to measure 11 centimeters. Okay, as you can, are you able to see where 11 centimeters is? Able to see where 11 centimeters is? So it's from this point up to here. Okay, this is 11 centimeters. So we have our E here, and then we have our F at this point. Okay, then now take note that we are told that from E up to G, it's what? It's 6.5. It's 6.5 centimeters. So we need to get the measurements here. Okay, start from 0, we go up to 6.5. 0 here, 6.5. Okay, I think we have seen that. This is 6.5. So we'll come here and draw an arc. Okay, come here, draw an arc. I hope you're able to see this arc there. Then we do the same thing. We now get the 10 centimeters. 0 up to 10. 10. Okay, so the 10 comes from this point. 10 comes from this point. Okay, so it means we have to go back to 6.5. 6.5. Okay, we need to come back here. 6.5. Okay, so have you seen where these two arcs are meeting? It's this point here. So at this point, now we need to join. Need to join from this point. Okay, so this is what we're going to have, and then this is our G. This is our G here. Are we there? Okay, so now we need to move to the next question. So the next question says, measure and write the size of EGF. 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 Okay? So the angle that they're asking us to measure is EGF. So if you read from 0 here up to this point, you'll discover that this is what? This is 80 degrees. Okay? So this angle here, it's 8 degrees. Okay, so we can move on to the next part. So question C, within triangle EFG, construct the locus of points which are equidistant from EG, equidistant from EG and EF. EG and EF. So in this case, we need to bisect the letter that is common on those 2 points, which is Z, because we have EG and EF. So we are going to bisect this angle at E. Okay, so and this is what we are supposed to do. Okay, this is what we are supposed to do. So we draw an arc here, another arc here, and extend this one arc there, another one here. Okay, I hope you've seen where they are meeting there. So now we need to draw a straight line from this one up to where those two meet. Okay, of course we are just being guided here, we will not go outside the triangle. Then the second one is 2.5 centimeters from EF. 2.5 centimeters from EF. Okay, so 2.5 centimeters from EF. All right, so here there are 2 ways that we can, okay, let's just get this one. So we get 2.5 centimeters here from the ruler. 2.5, this is 2.5 here. Okay, so when we measure 2.5, we'll come here and draw an arc. Oh, yeah, maybe it has even moved. Let's see. Okay, so draw an arc this one. Let me just confirm if it hasn't moved. No, it has moved. All right, alternatively we can, although I don't think, 2.5 from here. Okay, we can measure the ruler from this point. We can have 2.5 is here, isn't it? Then we can also come this side and measure 2.5, which is at this point. Okay, then we join them. We join these 2 points, but we'll just concentrate on the part that is within the triangle, like this. All right, so take note, if you're looking at, this was C1, this is like C. Okay, so the other one is where you measure 2.5 centimeters, then you draw an arc here and another arc, then you join the top of the arc. Okay, then this other one, what is it telling us? This other question here is telling us to say we have to draw the locus of point which is equidistant from EF, from E and F, from E and F, from E and F. So what does this mean? From E and F. So we need to bisect this line here. We need to bisect this line. Okay. E and F. Okay. So we have to bisect this line here. And how do we bisect? We're talking about dividing it into 2 equal parts. So I'll draw an arc here and another arc up there. Okay, then I'll shift the compass. So draw okay. So we have the two are meeting. The two are meeting at that point and down here. So when we want to cut this part here, because we are looking at, okay, so this is C Roman numeral 3. Okay, then now we have the last part. Now we have the last part here. You can read D. A point P within triangle EFG is such that it is nearer to EF, nearer to EF. Now we are looking at this one, so meaning it is this side here. Okay? Meaning it is this side, nearer to EF. We are looking at this one, so it is on this part. Then nearer to E than F, nearer to E than F. So we are considering this one. So it is this side. When we are looking at this line here, nearer to E than F. So we are looking at this side. And it's greater than or equal to 2.5 centimeters away from EF. So 2.5 is this one. So greater than, it means on top, on this part. Okay? So indicate clearly by shading the region in which P must lie. So you will discover that the region is going to be this one. We can shade. This is the region where P is going to lie. That is the region where P is going to lie. Okay? This is the region where P is going to lie. This is how you get your 8 marks. Let us move on to the next question. Thank you. Okay, now we are looking at question 4. Let's look at question 4. In a group of 60 football fans, 37 support team A, 28 support team B, and 29 support team C. 2 support team A and team C only. 5 support team B and C only. 7 support team A and team B only. 18 support team A only, and 10 support all the 3 teams. Illustrate this information in a Venn diagram, then we should find these ones. So we have got 3 teams, so we are also going to have 3 sets. Okay. Universal team A, team B, team C. Okay. So as you may be aware, we always start with middle one, 10. Supports all the 3 teams. Okay? Then 18 support team A only, because of the word only. So 18 we're going to write it here as it is. Okay? Because of the word only. Then 7 support teams A and B only. 7 support team A and B only. So team A and B only, it's this part here. Okay? That's where we're supposed to have that one. 5 support team B and C only. 5 only. Then 2 will be here. Okay, I think we are done with this information that we have been given. And then the next thing that we are supposed to do now is we look at 36, 37, set A here. When you add everything that is in set A, we're going to get what? 37. So we go to B. B is supposed to have 28 fans. football fans, and look at what we have. We have 17, 22. Okay, then the total should have 28. So 6, you write it there. Okay, the same applies to C, which should have 29. So when you add what we have here, this is 17. So what is the difference? Okay, what's the difference? We're going to have 12 here. Okay, so when we add the number of fans here from this, we're going to have a total of 60 fans. So meaning this is what we are supposed to have. But if we had less than 60, the difference was going to be outside. But in this case, all these add up to 60. So this is our answer for the first question. Then the number of fans that are not in team B. B complement. B complement, it means what is outside B. What is outside B? So we are looking at this one. It is what? What is outside B is 18 plus 2 plus 12. What do we get? Let's add there. This is going to give us 32. Okay? Then the second one, the intersection of A and B. The intersection of A and B, it's 7 and 10. This is the intersection of A and B. And then, so we are saying now, a complement of A and B, meaning these ones should not be there. 7 and 10 should not be there. So we're going to look at what? We're going to look at 18 plus 2 plus 12 plus 5 plus 6. Okay? When we add this, what we get? We'll get 43. Or you can subtract these 2 from 60, because we don't want those. Then the last one, a union of A and B. The union of A and B are these ones here, isn't it? Now we are saying complement. So meaning these A and B should not be there. So what we remain with is just 12. This 12 here. So these are the answers that we are supposed to have. Okay? These are the answers that we are supposed to have to that question. Alright? That's all. So we go to the other question, which is question 4b. Let's look at question 4b. Okay. So we look at the question 4b. Okay? Question 4b is on the board. So given that the determinant of the matrix, okay, this is the matrix here, is 10. Find the value of x. Find the value of x, and then the second part, we're going to find the inverse. So we need to find the determinant. How do we find the determinant? We multiply this one by this one, which is going to be -2 multiplied by 2x minus 1, okay, minus 4 multiplied by 1. We multiply this one by this one, then minus 4 multiplied by 1. This must give us -10, which is the determinant that we have been given. Is that clear? So from this point, then we're going to have -4x plus 2 minus 4. This must give us -10. Are you following me? All right. So then we have -4x minus 2 is equals to -10. We are looking at these ones here. When you simplify 2 minus 4, you get -2. So you have -4x is equals to -10 plus 2. The additive inverse of -2 is +2. Alright, so we say -4x is equals to -8. We divide both sides by -4. We divide both sides by -4, so x is equals to 2. x is equals to 2. Alright, that is what is going to be our answer. That is what is going to be our answer. So when we go back to find the actual matrix, we are going to say now 2 multiplied by 2 here, which is x, this is going to give us 4. 4 minus 1, it will give us 3. So it's like our matrix is what? 3, 1, 4, negative 2. This is our matrix here. Okay? The actual matrix. Is that clear? So when it comes to finding the inverse of A, we are going to say A inverse is equals to 1 over the determinant, which is negative 10, multiplied by the adjoint of this matrix. What is the adjoint of this matrix? So this one and this one, they will switch positions. So we have negative 2 and then 3 here. And these ones, they change their signs, or we multiply them by negative 1. So we're going to have negative 4, negative 1. So this one is the inverse here. The inverse of A is this one here. Okay? That is what we are expected to find. Let's look at the next question. Question 5 now. Okay, so we come to question 5a. Question 5a reads, find the equation of a tangent to the curve y is equals to 5x cubed minus 7x squared plus x plus 3x plus 2 at the point 1, 3. Alright? So what are we supposed to do now in this case? What are we supposed to Okay, so what we are supposed to do in this case, we are first of all supposed to find, because to write the equation of a tangent, or to write any equation, we need the gradient, okay? We need to find the gradient. We already have the coordinates of a point here, but we do not know what the gradient is. So we need to find the gradient, okay? So that's the first thing that we are supposed to do. So let's find the gradient. To find the gradient, we have to first of all find the derivative of this curve. So how do we find the derivative? I'm sure you know that. We multiply 3 by 5, we get 15, and x minus 1 will be x squared minus 2 multiplied by 7 is 14, 2 minus 1, we get 1. So then here, okay, then this is a constant. When the derivative of a constant is 0, so this becomes a 0. This one is 1 minus 1, which will just be x to the power 0, which is the same as 1. Okay? So now, here we need to find the actual gradient. So what are we supposed to do? So where there is x, we need to put what? Where there is x, we need to put 1. This is the x coordinate. This is the x coordinate. So we put 1. So this will still be the same as what? 15 minus 14, minus 14 plus 3. What do we get here? This is going to give us 1 plus 3, we get 4. So 4 is our gradient. So 4 is our gradient. Now, since they want the equation of the tangent, for the equation of the tangent, we use this same gradient, which is m1. Okay? So to write the equation of the tangent, we use the formula. So y minus y1, this is y1 here, this is this is x1. So we have 3 is equals to the gradient, our gradient is 4, x minus 1. So we have y minus 3 is equals to 4x minus 4. Okay? So we can say now y is equals to 4x minus 4 plus 3. then y is equals to 4x minus 1. So this is the equation, but you can find that maybe some books can be written as y plus minus 4x is equals to negative 1, where this one comes the other side. It will still be 1 and the same thing. So this is what we are expected to do, all right? This is what we are expected to do. I hope you are following. Now we need to go to the next question. I'm going to put it on the board, but here it is. The vector question. I'll put it on the board, but here it is. Okay. Hello. So welcome to part B of question 5. Okay, this was on vectors, and the question reads, in the diagram below, OA is equals to A, OB is equals to B, and X is the midpoint of BA or AB. Okay. Express in terms of A and or B, these vectors here. Okay. Express these vectors here in terms of A and or B. So what are we supposed to do? All right. What are we supposed to do? I want you to pay particular attention. All right. So what we are supposed to do here, we start with the first one. BA, okay? BA, okay? So BA is going to be equals to BO plus OA. So we're going to have BO plus OA. Okay, this is what we're going to have. So when you look at what we have first, it's OB. Now that we want BO, it is going in the opposite direction of this arrow. So we are going to have minus B plus OA, it's A. Okay? So that is what we are going to have as our answer here. Minus B plus A or A minus B. Here. Are we together? So that is what we're going to have there. So we can get rid of this. Okay. Then AX. Okay? AX. So AX is half of, okay, so AX is supposed to be half, which is half of what? AB. Half of AB. Okay. AX is supposed to be half of AB. AX is supposed to be half of AB. Now, when you look at what we have here, this is BA. Okay, this is BA as opposed to AB. So meaning, in order for us to have AB, then our AB is going to be the opposite of this one. So this one will become, so AB is going to be equals to, instead of this one being a minus, it will be B minus A. Okay? This is our AB. Okay? This is our AB. So meaning now, our AX is equal to half multiplied by B minus A, which is the same as 1 over 2 B minus 1 over 2 A. Okay, that is what we expect there. So this is 1 over 2 B minus 1 over 2 A. Alright? This is what we are expecting on this part. So let us see the next question. OX. So OX can be OA plus AX. Okay? OX can be OA plus AX. Alright? So our OA is A here. Our AX is this one here. Our AX is this one. So what I'm going to do, I'll just rearrange it. I'll start with this part here and bring it here as a minus 1 over 2A, then plus 1 over 2B. Okay? I've done this because I want to put the like terms together. We have an A here, so it's better. We also put this one here. So now, these are like terms, so we can simplify. I have 2. 1 into 2 is 2, so this is going to give us 2A minus A plus 1 over 2B. Here, when we subtract, what do we get? We're going to get A, 2A minus A, it's 1A, if you like, over 2 plus 1 over B. Okay, so this is what we are going to get here. This is what we are going to get. So what we are getting, it is 1 over 2A plus 1 over 2B. Okay? That's what we are getting for the second one. This is what we are getting for this one. Okay. Then, given that OC, okay, given that OC is equals to, given that OC is equals to 3A, okay, meaning from O up to C it's 3A. So meaning this remaining part here is 2A, because we are told that from O to C is supposed to be 3A. So we already have an A here, so the remaining part is going to be taken by 2A. So then express BC in terms of A and B. BC, so BC is equals to B O plus OC. BO, we said it's minus B plus OC. OC is 3A. This is the answer, or you can say 3A minus B. Okay. These are the answers that we are going to get. I don't expect you to have challenges. This exam was very simple. Make sure that you go through. Okay. It's very important to go through these questions after you have learned the topic. It's easier like that. Okay. So let's look at the last question. The next question. So we look at this question now. Okay. This is from algebra. It's one of the simplest questions in paper 2. It's one of the simplest questions. So we have to express this one now as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay. Take note of this part that I've erased. So first of all, we need to get our lowest common multiple, which is a composition of these two factors. Okay. Then now, when we divide this factor into this, you know that this and this one, they will cancel, so we'll remain with this one. So it will be 2 multiplied by 3x minus 1 minus 3. In this case, we'll be multiplying by 2x minus 1. So we go further and simplify. I hope you're following. All right. So we go further and say 2, this will be 6x minus 2 minus 6x, all right, 6x plus 3 over 2, 1, 3 minus 1, all right. So from this point now we need to simplify the denominator, the numerator. So we have 2, we have 6x minus 6x minus 2 plus 3 over 2x minus 1, 3x minus 1. Okay? So when you simplify 6x minus 6x, what do you get? This is going to give you a 0. Alright? Then 2x. This is going to give us a 0. Then negative 2 plus 3, what do we get? We get 1. So 1 over 2x minus 1, 3x minus 1. This is what is going to give us our final answer. Okay? This is what is going to give us our final answer. I hope you're following. Alright? So let's see if we can have, we look at the other question. Okay? So we have question 6b. Question 6b is here. And the program below is given in form of a pseudocode. Okay? Start enter length. If length is less than 0, then display error message. Length must be positive. Length must be positive. Okay, so here where we have length must be positive, allow me to use length must be positive. Okay, length must be positive. And also here, where we are told to enter height, if height is less than 0, then display error message. The error message must say height must be positive. Okay, I just want to create space here. Okay, so this question carries 5 marks. It's a very simple question. We just need to write, if we have been given, like in this case, we are given a pseudocode, so we need to write the flowchart. We need to draw the flowchart. If you are given the flowchart, you write a pseudocode. So let's start here. We have what? Start. It's about these symbols. So start. Okay. Start. We use this symbol. Okay. We write our weight start there. The next, enter length. We use this one. What are we doing? Enter length. Okay? What is the next one? If length is less than 0. Okay, so here we have to make a decision. Here. So I'm going to say is length less than 0, put a question mark. Okay? So we're going to have a no. I'm going to have a no here and yes. Okay? Because where we have options, isn't it? If length is less than 0, which is yes, then display error message. So the error message that we are displaying here is the error message that we are going to then display the error message which says length must be positive. Length must be positive. Okay. That is where we are. Else, which is else this side now. If this is not the case, else we enter height. Okay. Else we enter height. And again, we have to make a decision here. Is height less than 0? Yes, we display the error message which says height must be positive. Height must be positive. Else, which is a no. Okay. These are arrows. Else now we need to process this. So at this point, we need to use the rectangle box. This one. Where we're going to say now, volume is equals to 1/3. Then we have length 3 and height. Okay? From here, we are going to say now, take note of the symbols that I'm using. Take note of the symbols that I'm using. I think that is what they concentrate on. So here we're going to say display volume. Display volume, which is this part. From display volume, then we have stop. Okay? We have stop. That is the last part there. That's the last part. Okay. Start. This is how it's supposed to be here. Okay. So let's go to the next question, which is question 7. I hope you're following. Okay, so we solve this question. Okay. How do we solve this question now? That's very important. You read the question and then see, this is trigonometry. So mostly trigonometry in paper 2, we expect a question either on cosine rule or sine rule. So cosine rule, a question can be phrased in 2 ways. And this is one of them, where the 3 sides of the triangle are given and then they ask you to find one of the angles. So basically here we're going to use cosine rule. And in an event where we are given these sides, all of them, we are going to use this formula. So we're going to say cos A, okay, it's going to be B plus C minus A over, okay, this is the formula that we're going to use. We are actually using that same formula which is given in the exam, but we have just made the part for the angle, which is cos A, the subject of the formula. Okay? So now, B is this side that is opposite to B, which is the 45 squared, plus C is this side that is opposite to C here, which is 2. Okay, minus 300, which is this one here, over 2 multiplied by 45 multiplied by 275. Okay, so when we multiply, let's multiply this one. When you multiply this one, you are going to get 12,350 negative over 24,750. Okay, cos A. All right. Now take note that our interest is the angle at A. So we're going to say angle A, which is now BAC, is equals to cos inverse of so this is 4,750. All right. So we have now to do this. We punch this on our calculator and see what we are going to get. We punch this on our calculator and see what we are going to get. All right. So we have 12,350 divided by 24,750. Okay. So this is what we are going to get here. We're going to get 119.933197. Okay, this is what we are going to get. But if you read the instructions on the cover of our exam, they say for angles we need to round them to 1 decimal point. So this is going to be 19.9. This is what is going to be our answer here. This is what is going to be our answer here. Take note of that. This is what we need to write as our answer. All right. Then now I can take you to area. So the angle that we have been given here now is this angle here. Okay, so area, you know that area is equals to 1 over 2. Now in this case we are using this one here. We are using this angle at A. So these other sides B and C, sorry, BC, then sine A. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to say 0.5, which is the same as half, multiplied by B. Our B is 45, multiplied by our C, which is 275, multiplied by sine. What is the angle at sine? So the angle here, I advise that we get this whole angle which is rounded off. I mean, which is not rounded off. Okay? So we have 119.9331,947. Okay? Having done that, the rest of the work, the calculator is going to do the work. 45 multiplied by 2 multiplied by sine 119.9331,947. Okay, so this is what we are getting here. 5362.135 577. Okay? So, if again you read our instructions say such answers, we need to round them to 3 significant figures. So for our final answer, we need to round off this to 3 significant figures. So we are 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have 5360 meters square. So this is what we are going, this is the answer that we are going to submit. Okay? This is the answer that we are going to submit. Take note of that. Then now we have the shortest distance. We have the shortest distance from A to BC. The shortest distance here. This one. Okay. Like this is our H. We want this. This is the shortest distance that we want here, which is H. So you know that we know that the formula for it's 1 over BH, isn't it? So what do we always do? We want to find this H. So we make H the subject of the formula. So it will be BH is equals to 2A. So H is equals to 2A divided by B. So H is the shortest T. So we say 2 multiplied by this one. This is area. So on this part of area, we get this one which is not rounded off. Because I do not want us to round off. Like if we get this one here, it's rounded off, and again here we have to round it off. So we keep on reducing the accuracy of there. So we'll get this one which is 5362 multiplied by 13577 over B, which is the base. Okay? B, which is the base here. Okay? What is our base? Our base is what? 300. Our base is 300. Okay. So, it's the job of us multiplying just, you multiply this one by 2. Okay. You multiply area by 2. Okay. So when you multiply it by 2, then you divide by 300. Divided by 300. So we are going to get that H is equals to 35.7475718. So such answers, we are told we need to round off or to write them correct to 3 significant figures. So the shortest distance here, the shortest distance from A to BC, we round off this same one. What are we going to get? Our answer is going to be 35.7 meters. This is what is going to be our answer. So as in our final answers, for the first one, we need to write this one, second one, and the third one. All right? Are they clear? Okay. So this one here, just like I indicated, this is the shortest distance. This one, it's supposed to be 35.7 meters. I hope it's very clear here. I hope it's very clear at this point. All right. So now let's look at the next question. Okay. Let us look at the next question now. Look at the next question, which is solve the equation. Which equation are we solving? The equation that we are solving is cos theta is equals to negative 0.5. Okay? So we have the quadrants here. The first quadrant, the second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So cos is negative. So in which quadrants? Okay, we are looking at where cos is negative. So this is like 0, 90, 180, 270, back to 360. Okay. So when you look at what we have been given here, we are looking at 180 to 360 degrees. So meaning the quadrants that we are considering here, it's the third and the fourth quadrant. Is that clear? So because of that, we get to discard the fourth quadrant because cos is positive in the fourth quadrant. So we want the value of cos in the quadrant where it is a negative. As such, it is the third quadrant. This one could have also been qualified, but because the parameters that were given, the parameters from this point up to that one, so this one is not going to be there. So we are actually looking at this point here. Okay, so we need this. That is what we need there. Okay, that is basically the value of theta. This is theta here. This from here up there. So the first thing that we are supposed to do is to find this there. Okay, so how do we do that? We need to find the value of, what do we say here? We're going to say cos. Okay, we're going to say cos, let me use this same one, is equals to, so I'm going to say this one is equals to cos inverse 0.5. All right. Oh, this is a negative. Take note, take note, take note. Okay, so this is inverse cos, then 0.5. Okay? That is what we are going to get. So this gives us okay, let me look at this one. Let me look at this one. Okay, so when we are working this part, take note, we are not supposed to put a negative. A negative is just there to guide us on the quadrants, okay? The quadrants where theta must lie. Okay, so this is going to give us, okay, this is going to give us 60. So it means this one here, it's 60. And that is what we have here. It means we need now to say this part here, it is 60. Okay, this is 60 here. From here, this is 60. But the value of theta stretches from this point up to this one. Okay, so that goes to say that now theta, it is equals, it's in the third quadrant. So in the third quadrant we say 180 degrees, which is this one, an angle on a straight line, then plus 60. What do we get? You get a 20, put it here, you get 200. The remainder have 240. So this is what is going to be our answer to the second question. This is what is going to be our answer to the second question. All right. I want to take you to the last part of question 7. I want to take you to the last part of question 7, and I do believe and hope that you are paying particular attention. All right. So let us get the first part first of all. Let's get these two. We get just these two, which is 18. Okay, the B over 16 C3 the D2. That's the way it is. Okay, then you know that when we are dividing, or let me just write it maybe as it is, divided by 24a over 15 CD3. Okay, so I said let's ignore the last part first of all. we ignore the last part first of all and deal with these two. So we need to multiply. So we're going to have 18a squared b over 16 c cubed and d squared multiplied by, we change this into multiplication. Once we have done that, then we're going to have 15. We have the reciprocal of this one, 15. Okay. Then c d to the power 3 over 24a. Please don't forget that we still have this part. So for now, we can simplify this one here. All right. So this a here is squared. Well, first of all, we can look at 24 and 18. What is the highest number that can go into 24 and 18? The highest number that can go into 24 and 18 is the 3. Okay? 3 here, it's what? 6. What did we have here? 18. Okay, 6 can go into this number. So 6 here, it's 3. 6 into 24, it's 4. I hope you are following. Then here we've got a squared and here we've got a. So this a goes with one a here. So here we remain with an a. I hope that is clear. Then we come to 16 and 15. We do not have a number that they don't have a common factor. Then for d, here we have got 2 d's and here we have got 3 d's. So this goes and here we're going to remain with 1 d. I hope you are following. On c, here we have got 1 c, here we have got 2 c's. So 1 c will go. Okay? Is that clear? This is what we're going to remain with at this point. This is what we're going to remain with at this point. Now, maybe just to make our work easier, we can now multiply this one and this one. So this is going to be 3 multiplied by 15. It's giving us what? 45 a, b, d. Over, here we have 16 multiplied by 4. Okay. This is giving us 24. Okay. So this is going to give us 64 c. Okay. This is going to give us 64 c. Then, from this point now, we bring the last part here, which is multiplied by 8 c squared d d over 30 a cubed and b. So this is where we are. So now we simplify. We start with 8 can go into 8. How many times? Once. Okay, if you want, you can put 1 here, which is the same as not leaving it. 8 into 64, it's 8. Okay? This c will go with 1 c here. So here you remain with just c. Okay? Then we come to a here, and here it goes with 1a. 45 and the 30. 15 here 3 times. 15 here twice. Okay? B and this B. Okay? Do we still have anything that is common here? I don't seem to see any. So at this point, we're going to multiply. So we have 3 c d the power 4 over 16a. This is what I'm getting. I don't know about you. It's very possible that when simplifying you can make an error here. Alright, let's compare our answers and see what you're getting. So we have to move on to question 8 at this point. Alright. Okay, now we are on question 8. So question 8 has two parts, A and B. And A reads, the following diagram shows the graph of, this is a graph of this equation here. Okay, so this is a graph that is being talked about, and then we have these equations here. Use the graph to solve the equations. There's this equation and this one. How do we solve these equations? That's very important. Okay, that is very, very important. So let's start. Okay, so when you look at this equation here, this part, the only thing that has changed here is that where there is y here, this side we have 1. Okay, so we're going to look at the y-axis. We're going to look at the y-axis here and then go to 1 because of this 1 here. Okay, so we'll go to 1. Where is 1? 1 must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is this point here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw a straight line along this point here. Okay, we'll draw a straight, this one. You've seen that one? So this is like y is equals to 1. Okay, which is this one here. So now we get the x coordinates on these points. This point here, where this graph cuts this line, and this other point here, and then this one here. What are these? What are the x coordinates here? So we can start with this one here. We can start with this one here. What is the x coordinate? So we have -3.1.2. So the first one, the x coordinates here, x coordinates. The first one is -3.2. That's the x coordinate. Then the other x coordinate, we come here. What is this x coordinate? So we're counting from this side going the other side, isn't it? So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So since this is 0, so we are looking at 0.4. Now we're going to into the negative, so this will be negative also. So as well as here, we can also say another one, it will be x is equal to -0.4. Okay, then the last one, which is this part here, so this is going to be 3.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it will be like x is equals to 3.7. So these are the values of x for the first one. Are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Okay, then we go. This question was very simple, so we do the same thing even for the second one. The second one, here we have negative what? We have -2. So we are coming to -2 here. Okay, where's our -2? -2 is here. So we draw a straight line. Now here we already have a straight line here along this same one. This is the y is equals to -2 here. So we get the x coordinates where this line, the same line that is on 2, cuts this graph. So it can be, you can get this one here, this other one here, and this point here. Okay, so we can now say x is equals to, the first one will be -3. Now look, this is going to be -3.8. 8 here. So it will be negative 3.8 comma x. What about this one? So this will be 0.9. This will be 0.9. And the last one, which is this one here, what is the x coordinate? The x coordinate is 3. This one is 3. Okay, so these are the x coordinates here. These are the x coordinates here. I hope it is very clear. Okay, then we come to this one. Calculate an estimate of the area bounded by the curve and the line y is equals to 0. Y is equals to 0 along the x-axis here. Y is equals to 0 along the x-axis. Then negative 3 and negative 1. So it's negative 3 is here, negative 1 is here. So the region that they're talking about is this one here. Okay? This one. This is negative 3, this is negative 1, and y is equals to 0 is this one. So this is the part that we are talking about here. This is the part that we're talking about. Okay, this is the part that we're talking about. So now we can try and see how we can find this area, the area of this part here. This is what we are talking about. This one. How do we find this one, the area of this part here? Okay. So if you want, we can actually form two trapeziums here. Okay. One which is going to be like this. We use trapeziums, then the other one, we cut it like this. Okay. Just like I said that we can use two trapeziums here. So the first one, we can now say, I'm sure you know that the area of a trapezium is 1 over 2a plus b and h. Okay, so this is the area of one trapezium and the other, because I said here we're going to have two trapeziums. You know that in this case it's like we have one is like this, isn't it? So this is A and this is our B, then H is this side. So when we are looking at this one here, okay, when we are looking at this one, the distance from this point up to this one, from here up to this point, which is our A, it's what? It's 2. So I'm going to say 1. So it's 2 here. Then you can count from here. If this is 2, then you say 2. This is going to be half of this, of course, is 3. So we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 3 here. Okay, 3 is at this point. So it goes to 3.246. So it is at 3.2. So plus 3.2. Then our height is this distance here, which is just 1. Okay, plus 1 over this side. Now we are dealing with this one. We're dealing with the other one here. Okay, we're dealing with the other one. Also, you notice that this is slightly above here, so it's like it's 2.2. 2.2. Then this one we said it's 3.3 or 3.2. The height is the same as 1. Okay, so here basically we are dealing with the 1 over 2 multiplied by, what do we get here? We get 1 over 2 multiplied by, what are we getting here? 5.2 plus 1 over 2 multiplied by, what are we getting here? This is going to be 5.4. So we can calculate this and see what we are going to get. Okay, we can calculate this and see what we are going to. We continue. So this is going to be 2. When you add this and that, what do you get? This is going to be 10.6. So when we divide here, what do we get? 5.3. 5.3 is our area. 5.3. What do we have? Let's say centimeters squared. Okay, so this is what we are getting here for area. Okay, so let's see the next one. Okay, then we come to this one. So we say now, estimate the gradient of the curve at the point 3, negative 3, negative 3, negative what? 1.8. So for this one, the easiest that you can do here, is to write this same one here. Okay, then you distribute this. Okay, the fraction that is outside, you distribute it. So you're going to have negative 1 over, so this is going to be negative 1 over 5. You multiply it by what is inside here. Negative 1 over 5x multiplied by 12 minus, again, now of course you know that this negative that is outside here and the negative that is there, it will give us a plus. Okay, then we have 1 over 5x multiplied by x squared. So this is going to give us something like 12 over 5x negative, of course, plus here what are we going to get? We're going to get 1 over 5, then x cubed. Okay, that's what we're going to get. All right, then now take note that on this one, okay, on this one, I'm just trying to, we have to find the derivative of this one, which is dy dx. Okay, so dy dx of this one, I'm sure you're familiar with that. Dy dx of this one, we're going to say, what is the power of this one? It's 1. So when you multiply the 1 by this one, you're going to have negative 12 over 5. Then here you have 1 minus 1, it will be x to the power 0, which is the same as 1. So this one dies out. Then plus this one, 3, we multiply it by the coefficient here. Okay, so when you multiply 3 by 1 over 5, it will be 3 over 5. Then x, you subtract 1 from this one, you remain with this one, isn't it? You remain with it. 3 minus 1, you remain with 2. Then at this point now in the dy dx, in the derivative here, which is the gradient function, here we have been given that the x coordinate is what? Is 3. So we put 3 where there is an x coordinate here. I mean, where there is x, we put 3. So we're going to have negative 12 over 5 plus 3 over 5 multiplied by 9. You know where this 9 is coming from. 3 times 3. Okay. So this is going to be negative 12 plus 27 over 5. Okay. Let's go on. Let's subtract here. What do you get? 7 minus 5. 7 minus 2, sorry. 7 minus 2, what do we get? 5, isn't it? Then this one minus, we get 15 over 5. Okay? So what is our gradient? Our gradient is what? What is our gradient? our gradient, which can be dy dx, sometimes it's denoted by the letter m, is equals to 3. This is our gradient here. Okay, are we together, ladies and gentlemen? Let's move on. Okay, so we have this question now. We have this question. Find the equation of the curve for which dy dx is equal to 2x minus 3, where x is equals to y and they are both equal to 3. So what does this mean? So when you look at this dy dx, so this one, it's already differentiated to get, so this is a gradient function. So we need to go back to y. Okay, we need to go back now to y. Are we together? We need to go back to y. So to go back to y, we need to integrate this function here. So to integrate this function, what are we supposed to do? So integration, you know that here, this is going to be now, it's like here we already have what? X to the power 1. So this will be 2, x to the power 1. We add another 1, so it will be 2. Then we divide by 2 plus, oh, sorry. Please, this is a minus 3, then x. Of course, now we have x. There's no x here, so we have x to the power 0. So when we say plus 1, this, it will be there. Then plus the constant. Okay? So y is equals to, when you divide this one, it will be x squared minus 3x plus c. Are we there? Then take note, we are told that x is equal to y, and so meaning the coordinates are 3, 3. That's what we have. They are both. So now we want to find the value of c. When y is equals to 3 and x is equals to 3. So where there is y, I'm going to put what? 3. Where there is x here, I'm going to put 3. And when you do that, it will be 3 times 3, get 9. Minus, again here you put what? 3, which is going to be what? What are you going to have? 3 times 3 to be 9 plus c. So I have 3 is equals to c, because this will give you 0. This is going to give you what? 0. This is what is going, this will give you 0. So now you can go back to this one and say, what equation do they want? The equation is y is equals to x squared minus 3x plus, what is our c here? Our c is 3. Our c is 3. This is the equation that you are supposed to write. Are we together? When you differentiate this one, it will take you back to what we have there. To take you back to this one. Because you know the derivative of a constant is 0. We are done with question 8. Now we can go to question 9. Okay, so question 9 is here. The following table shows the results obtained by 60 learners in a mathematics test. Here is the table. We have the range of the marks and then the frequency here, which is the number of learners. So like from 0, learners that got 0 up to 10 are 2, 10 up to 20 are 6, 30 up to 20 up to 30 are 10, 30 up to 40 are 15, just like that up to the end. Okay. Then calculate standard deviation. Calculate standard deviation. How many marks? 6 marks. This is one of the straightforward questions. Straightforward questions that you must never fail. Okay? So what you are supposed to do here is to come up with a table. Okay? Come up with this table. And the table should have say midpoint. Okay, so these are the columns that the table must have. These are the columns that the table must have. So now, what is our midpoint? What is our midpoint? So from these class intervals here, we are from 0 up to 10. So you add 0 plus 10 and then divide them by 2. In this case, because this is grouped data and you're given a class interval from this to that. So you need to add these two. 0 plus 10, what do you get? 10. You divide this 10 by 2. What are you going to get? You're going to get 5. So that is what is going to be. Then, what is our frequency? Our frequency is, the frequency is this one here, which is 2. Then f multiplied by x. F is 2, x is 5. So when you multiply f by, you get what? You get 10. Are we together? Then f multiplied by f, which is 2, f, which is 2, multiplied by x squared. X squared. So we need to square this one now. So you square, just go straight on your calculator. I hope you just say 2, okay, multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5 squared. You just do this. Don't waste time. Okay? What do you get? 50. You write your 50 here. Is that clear? You go to the next one. 10 plus 20 is 30. 30 divided by 2, you get 15. What is the frequency? The frequency is given here. It's 6. So you write 6 here. Okay? Then you multiply. 30 multiplied by 15. Oh, sorry. 6 multiplied by 15. You just do that. You get 90. Are we together? You get 90. Are you following me? Then here it is f. What is your f? Your f is 6. So it is 6 multiplied by x squared, which is 15. Again, I'm coming back to say, so it is now 6 multiplied by x squared, which is 15. Have you seen that? Okay? I think we're able to see that. Then equals, okay, what do we write? So we have 1, 3. Are we together? You go on with this process. You go on with this process up to the end. You go on with this process up to the end. After that, okay, this is what we are going to have. You go on with the whole process. You go on with the whole process. Everything. This is what we are going to have. Then after that, you add these totals. This total, this one, and this one. All these you add. You need to have these 3 totals. This, they are summations. Okay? Then after that, because we need to use a formula here. Remember, these formulas are given to you in the exam. Then the first thing that we are supposed to do is to find mean. Mean is the x bar. The x bar is found by this formula here. Okay? Summation of fx, which is this one here. Okay? What do we get? We are getting 2, 3, 40 divided by summation of f, which is 60. All right, then we divide. Just divide, punch those things on your calculator. We're going to get 39. Okay, so after we've gotten 39 now, there's this formula also, which is given to us in the exam. You have this formula here. Okay, so you have these formulas here. So this is grouped data. Remember, we are dealing with grouped data. So there are 2 formulas that you can use. Of course, the first one to find the mean is this one. Then for standard deviation, you can either use this one or this one. So In our case, we are using this one. I find this to be simpler, but other teachers use this one. So we are using this one in our case. All right? So this is what we are doing now. So from this point now, with the summation of fx squared, the summation of fx squared is this one here. The summation of fx squared is this one here. Okay? So we need now to get this one here. We get this, which is what? Wait, my pen is misbehaving. So we have 0. You see now my marker is 2 over 60. Okay. Then minus, what did we get there? We got 39. Don't forget squared. Looking at the formula. So you punch this on your calculator. What you do on your calculator, just start with this one. After you've done this, open brackets, then you enter 108,300, then divided by 60, then minus 39 squared, then close brackets. Do equals. Press equals. You are going to get 16.8052299.5 So the answer is going to be 0.9. This is what is going to be our standard deviation. This is what is going to be our standard deviation. All right. I hope we are following. Okay. So after that, we have the second part here of the question. The second part of the question here. Okay. So using the table above, which is this one, copy and complete the cumulative frequency table. Copy and complete the cumulative frequency table. So here we are remaining with how many boxes? 3 boxes, 1, 2, 3. So meaning we are on this one, 1, 2, 3. So to get, okay, to get the number of learners here, we need to add this 8 to this one. So when you add this 8 to this one, what do you get? It's going to give you what? 53. Here you're going to have 53. To come to this one, you add this 4 to this one. What do you get? 57. Going to get 57 here. So you have 53, 57. Then the last one, as you may know that the learners are 60. So when you add this one, it must give you 60, which is the total. So take note of that. This is 53, 57, and 60, the last one. Okay? That's what we're expecting. 53, 57, and 60. So now, let me give you, pause the video and answer this question. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on both axes. That is for the x-axis, you need to move from 0 up to 80. And for y, you have to go up to 60. Draw a smooth cumulative frequency curve. So, I want you to answer this question. Can you answer this question? Then we compare our answers. Plot this. You have 0, 0, 10, 2, 20, 8, 30, 18, up to 80, 60. 80, 60. Do that. Okay, so if you have managed, this is what you are going to get here. This is what you are going to get. I have 0 here. This is what you're going to get. This must go 10, 20 up to 80. And this one must go up to 60. So like I said, the first one was what? You have the first one is 0, 0, which is this one. Then you have got 10, 3, which is this point. Then you have 20,8, which is this one here. Then you have 30,18. 30,18 is this point here. Then you have 40,33. 40,33. It's here. Okay. You go on up to 80, up to 80,60, which is this one. So it will be like this. You join them nicely. Yours can even be better than mine. Okay. Then you have this question now. Showing your method clearly, use your graph to estimate the interquartile range. Interquartile range. Okay. So that is number, I can say that is what? So that is Roman numeral P. By the way, it's important that this table, just like you read the instructions, they say copy and complete. So this table, you need to copy it here and complete it, okay? On top here. Please don't forget to do that. You need to copy this table and complete it right on top here. So here I'm going to say B. So the table should have been here as in B. Roman numeral 1, you draw the table. Then number 2, where you do the curve, you can say maybe refer to the what? To the curve. Refer to the curve which is drawn. Then Roman numeral number 3 now. So we want to find the interquartile range. That's what they are asking us here. So interquartile range is equals to the upper limit minus the lower limit. Okay. The upper limit minus the lower limit. So what do we do here? The upper limit, we always say it's 3 over 4 multiplied by the total number of learners. The total number of learners were 60. So 4 into 60 is 15. 15 multiplied by 3, you get 45. Then the lower, that is, this is our Q3. Then Q1 is equals to 1 over 4 multiplied by 60. 4 into 60, it's 15. 15 multiplied by 1, it's 15. So we use 45 and 15. Now, look at what we're going to do here. So, we use 45 and 15, isn't it? All right, look at the way we are going to use them. So, where's our 15 here? 15 is between 10 and the 20. So, we're going to say, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is where our 15 is. So, I'm going to draw. This is what we're supposed to do. So, we do a dotted line like this. I hope you are seeing what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. Then when we touch the curve, then we can also draw another one which comes down. Okay, up to here now. So this is going to be called Q1. Q1 is equals to, what do we have here? This is going to be 29. This is going to be 29 here. When you count from this side, this will be 29. So we can say, so we can say 29. Then we go to 45. 45 is in between 40 and the, so we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the same thing, we can do it also here. Okay, so this one will go straight to this point. Again, when we get to this point, don't forget, we need to drop it down. As you have seen, this one will come straight on 50. So we're going to say Q3 is equals to 50. Okay. So now here our Q3 is what? 50. And our Q1 is what? 29. What do we get? Okay, you don't put 45 and the 15. Take note of that. Right? So you 21. 21 is going to be our answer. So you get 6 marks from this work. Also on the graph, on the standard deviation, you get 6 marks. So we are going to question 10. So this is question 10. Answer the whole of this question on a sheet of graph paper. I already have my graph paper here. So we read, a businessman orders 2 types of vehicles, namely sedans, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, and vans for sale. He orders at least, I don't want to waste time. Let's first see here. Given that X represents the sedans, okay, so X is sedans and Y are vans. Okay, so now I can come here and say A of question 10. What is my A? I want to be writing those inequalities as we go on, because this question says write 4 inequalities which satisfy the above conditions. So he orders at least 60 sedans. So we are going to say at least X at least is greater than or equal to 60. That is the first one. And at least 20 vans. The second one. At least 20 vans. This is the second one. He orders not more than 8 vehicles altogether. So when we add our X plus our Y, they should not go beyond 108. That's what we're being told. Okay? Then he makes sure that the number of vans, which is Y, are not more than the number of sedans. Are we sure? Are not more than the number of sedans. The number of sedans is X. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 4 inequalities. How many marks do you get for doing these? 4 marks. Is that difficult? Sure. I don't think so. Question B. Using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 20 vehicles on each axis, draw X and Y axis for from 0 to 180 and shade the unwanted region to show clearly the region where the solutions of the inequalities lie. Okay, so let's do this. So this is what we are supposed to do. From 0 we go up to 180, 2 centimeters, 20, 40, up to 180. Also this side we do the same thing. All right, this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis here. All right, so take note of the inequalities here. So we have the first one, which is x is greater than or equal to 60. Where do we have that? Here. So what we're going to do, we draw a straight line here. Draw a straight line here. So this line, on this line, in terms of an equation, it's x is equals to 60 in terms of an equation. So now we want to shade the unwanted region. We want the greater part here, isn't it? We want the greater part. So we're going to shade the unwanted region, which is this side, which is less. We shade this region here, which is less. This region is unwanted here. The next one is y. This one, y and 20. So you come here and do the same thing. Y is 20. You draw line again. So take note. Again here we are shading the region below. We want the greater part which is on top. Okay. Then for this one, you need to come up with a simple table of coordinates here. You can say x and y. So when you put, if you put 0 here, while is x, what is going to be y? Y will be 180. What if you put 0 here, while there is y? X will be 180. Alright? So you're going to be dealing with 0, 180 and 180, 0. So we have this point here which is 0, 180, and this one here which is 180, 0. So we need to join these. So let's join these 2 points. You need a ruler here which is longer than mine. So you draw this one. From there it goes up to there. So now remember, less. So the less part is what we want. So the region that is on top here is what we do not want. So we don't want this region here. We don't want this region here. You can be neat here. Okay. Then the second one, this, in terms of an equation, this is y is equals to x. What is the y coordinate? Is the same as the x coordinate. So if you are dealing with 10, it's 10, 10, 20, 20, 50, 50. Okay, so when you come to our diagram, 20, 20 is this point. So we can even go like to 180, 180, or 80, 8 is this point here. So you just draw a straight line from 0, 0, 20, 20, 40, 40, just that one. Okay, 100, 100, this one. So this one you don't even need to. Okay, so it will be this. It will be this. So you shade. So you see the region that we want is even going to be this one here. Okay, so to answer this question here now, which says shade the unwanted region to show clearly the region where the solutions where the solutions of the inequalities lie. So we can come back here and say B, and come back here and say B, you can say refer to region R. Okay, refer to region R. Then we come to this one. C, if the profit on the sale of a sedan, I'm afraid of that spelling, is 10,000 kwacha, and that on each van is 12,000 kwacha, how many of each type should he order to maximize profit? Very simple. So this is question C now. So we're going to say C, okay, profit is equals to 10,000 to sell one sedan. Okay, this person is going to make 10,000 plus 12,000 to sell one van. So this is the profit function. This is the profit function. Okay, so to determine the maximization of profit, we come to this region here. Have you seen this region? Then we get the coordinates in the corners of this region, and those coordinates are, what is this? What are the coordinates of this region here? It is 160, 20. So we can write that one here, 160, 20, followed by, what is this one here? Okay, so like this is where it is here. It's between, so this is 90, this is 90,90 here. This is 90,90 here. 90,90. Okay. Then the other one here, which is this one, what is it? This is 60,60. 60,60. And then the last one is the 60,20. 60,20. Okay, so we need now, sorry, I forgot here. Make sure that these equations, you name them. This is x is equals to that. In terms of an equation, this was x plus y is equals to 180. Also, this one, in terms of an equation, it was like y is equals to 20. Okay. So now, what we need to do now at this point, now is to begin, because you know that this is the x comma y. These are x coordinates, these are y coordinates. So the x coordinates represent the number of sedan vehicles, and the y coordinate represents the number of van, okay, vehicles. So now we need to begin to replace these. So like the first one, we can say 10,000 multiplied by 180 plus 12,000 multiplied by 20. Then we see what we're going to get there. The same thing, we do it on the second one. 10,000. Okay, you can repeat that. Okay, then you find the amounts here now. What amounts are we getting here? That's what you're supposed to do for each one of them. Okay, so these are the amounts that we're going to get. So what is the highest amount here? If you can check, what is the highest amount? It's the second one, isn't it? Which is 1,980,000 kwacha. That is the highest amount, isn't it? So where is this? What combination gave us this highest amount? It's 90,90. So meaning, to maximize profit, the sedans that must be ordered are supposed to be 90, and the vans are also supposed to be 90. This is our answer here. Our answer is this one. Our answer is this one here. Okay? Because the question says how many of each type should be ordered in order to maximize profit. So this is what is going to be your answer. Take note of that. This is what the question says. How many of each type? So the combination that gave us the highest amount, that's what you get. Then find this maximum profit. So the maximum profit here, which is D, which is going to be D, this same amount that is highest here is what you're going to get. 1,980,000 kwacha. Okay, that is what you're going to get. Please give me what your answers are. You know, no one has the monopoly of knowledge of these things. Otherwise, this is how you get your 12 marks on linear programming. This is 2 marks, 2 marks, 4 marks, and also 4 marks. All right, thank you very much. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so we come to question 11. Question 11 is on transformation. So the vertices of triangle ABC are A, 40,30, B, 40,70, and C, 70,70, while that of triangle A1, B1, C1 are A1, 20,15, B1, 20,35, C1, 35,35. A, using a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on each axis for values of y and x from 0 to 70, draw and label triangles ABC and triangles A1, B1, C1. So the vertices are given here. For the second triangle, these are the ones. For the first triangle, they are also given here. So I want you to pause the video, get your graph paper. Using this scale, draw these triangles on your graph paper. Let us do that. Let us do that. I hope you have done that. Okay, now let's compare our triangles. Okay, so these are my triangles. These are my triangles here. I don't know how your triangles look. Okay. So then now we can go to the next question. Describe fully a single transformation that maps triangle ABC onto triangle A1, B1, and C1. Okay, so we are saying triangle ABC is mapped onto this one. So what is this transformation? Okay, so of course this is enlargement. Okay, this is enlargement. So I was actually trying to look for a longer ruler because this one, the one that I have, could not join. So I just had to improvise and use something. So this is enlargement. So what we are supposed to do now, when we are dealing with enlargement, we need to find the center of enlargement. So to find the center of enlargement, this is what I've just done, and that's what you're supposed to do. You need to join this point, or the point on the object, and the and the other point on the and its corresponding point on the object. You draw a straight line, this line which is going to come up to this point, and then you also draw another one which is this one. Then at the point where they meet, that is the center of enlargement. That is the center of enlargement. Okay, so here the center of enlargement is the origin here, which is 0, 0. Okay, you can pick just two. If you want, you can also bring the third one here. The third one, this one, it will come straight to the same point. It will come straight to the same point also. Okay, so what we are supposed to have here, this is what? B. Okay, so this is B. So B, we are going to say, this is what? Transformation. Oh, sorry. So we can say transformation is what? Enlargement. Enlargement. Okay. So the center of enlargement, you can write this in full. It's 0, 0. Okay. That's the center of enlargement. Then you need now to write there. Okay. Then now we need the scale of enlargement. The scale of enlargement, enlargement factor. How do we find this one? Okay. So we always get there. We can pick the length of one side on the object. Okay. We can pick the length of one side on the object. If in this case here we can pick what? We're going to pick so I'm going to pick, for instance, B. Let's say B1. Okay. B1 and C1 over the object, which is BC. So this length from this point to this one, what is it? Okay, so if we are using the measurements that we have here, this is 10 up to this point. This is what? 15, if you like, isn't it? This is 10 and this is 15. So we can say this is what? 15 here over, from this point, this is 10, 10, 10. So this is 30. This is 30. Okay. So when we simplify this one, what do you get? 1 over 2. 1 over 2. Of course, as you can see, the image is the object. is bigger than the image. So it's like the image has been reduced, okay, twice. So this is what we are. So this is the scale factor here. I hope we have dealt with that one. Okay, so we have this question here. A rotation of 180 degrees about, this is the center of rotation, maps triangle A1, B1, C1 onto triangle A2, B2, C2. Determine the coordinates of, determine the coordinates. Just want the coordinates, isn't it? Just want the coordinates. So if you want, we can draw it, but this question just wants the coordinates. So 20,40 is this point here. So this triangle here, which is A1, B1, is rotated about this point here 180 degrees. Okay, so you know what 180 degrees is like. It will be like this one, we have to move. So for this one, it is going to come the other side. We'll just say 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this point on the other side, okay, when it moves 180 degrees, it is going to come at this point. So the same will happen to this one. So we can just extend for this one here to say, when you look at this one, it was, so it will be at this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, okay, now look at this. So here, if I do this, it's like I have got what? I have got when you are moving this point, okay, you are rotating this point here about this point, you are rotating this triangle. So this is what will happen. So it's like this is our B1, then our A1, or our 2, this is 2, this is A2. Then now we are looking at this one. This point also, which is C, it has to rotate, which is, so from this point, when you look at this point, okay, when you look at this point, it has to move from this point to this point. Now it has to go the other side here, because we need to have 180. We need to have 180 degrees. So we can just look at this point here and say, okay, this distance here that we had here, even this side will have the same. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one will come here. This one is going to come here. So this is how it's going to be. So this is going to be C2. Okay, this is going to be C2. Then A1 or A2, what are the coordinates? It's C 20, 65. So this is 20, 65. What about B2? B2, it is 20, 45. What about C2? C2, it is what? 5, 5,45. Okay, so that is it. These are the coordinates that we're going to have. These are the coordinates that we're going to have here. And D, triangle AB, triangle A1, B1, C1 is mapped onto triangle A3, B3, C3 by a single transformation with vertices. Okay, so again, let me ask you to find this triangle here. Draw and label triangle. You can easily do that. Let's do that. Do that. Let me give you a minute. Okay, so this is the triangle that we are going to have. This is the triangle that we are going to have. Okay, then the question that we have now is describe fully this transformation. What are you supposed to do? Okay, what are you supposed to do? This is very simple. The best that you can do is this. Get these coordinates here. Get these coordinates of A, which are these ones here. Get these coordinates, and then we are told that these coordinates are going to give us this one. So let's find this matrix here. Let's find this matrix here, because this is C3, B3, and A3. So let's find this matrix here. When you find this matrix, you're going to say A, you can have A, this will be 20, A plus 15, oh sorry, this is supposed to be A, B, and C, D. Sorry, this is B is equals to 40. This is supposed to be this 40. And again, we can say 20A plus 15 B, okay, is equals to 40. All right, is that so? Sorry, this is 35 here. It's not supposed to be 15. It's supposed to be 35. Okay, it's not supposed to be 35. Okay, yeah. Then you can work out these simultaneously and get A. You also get B. Okay, so you're going to get that your A is going to be 2 and your B is going to be 0. You can work them out simultaneously. Then you can also do for C. C, you can say 20C plus 15 D is equals to 15. Then 20C plus 35 D is equals to 35. You work these also out simultaneously. You're going to get your A or your C and your D. Okay, so your C is going to be 0 and your D will be 1. So when you go back to that matrix, we're going to get A, B, C, D. Our A is 2 and our B 0, our C 0. So for those special matrices, this is a matrix for a stretch. Of course, there are other methods that you can use. I opted to use this one. Okay, this is a matrix that you use when you're dealing with a stretch when x is equals to 0, when this is the invariant line. Okay, when this is the invariant line here, when the y-axis is the invariant line. So here we are being told to describe this. Okay, so to describe D2, to describe D2, we're going to say it's a stretch. It's a stretch, isn't it? Then you need to state the invariant line. The invariant line is x is equals to 0. Okay, that's the invariant line. Then the stretch factor is equals to 2. This is the information that you need to put here. That's all about this question. Okay, so we come to the last question, which is question 12. You can read the question. Okay, so we're given the radius in kilometers, also in nautical miles. So the first question says determine the difference in longitude between A and B. Between A and B. Okay, so the angle between these 2 points. So what is it? It's this same one here. Okay, 85. Okay, so 85 degrees. And the second one is calculate the distance CD. C and D along the equator in not commas. Okay, so you know that this is, if you want, we can maintain this same formula here, which is okay, where we say, oh, I'm sure you also know, okay, let's use this same one. Okay, and of course you know that theta here is this same angle here, which is 85 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 14 multiplied by what is our radius? Since it's in not commas, we're supposed to use this same one. Then we can say now cos. Now cos is 0, so cos 0 is the same as 1. So okay, so this is what we are going to get. So if you want to round off this, it will give you not commas. So alternatively, we could have used this formula where we say theta multiplied by 60 and multiplied by cos x, if you like. Now this cos x is equals to cos 0. So cos 0 here is the same as 1. So here theta is 85. 85 multiplied by 60. What do you get when you multiply by 1? It will directly give you this one. That's what will be your answer. Okay. Then this one, which is B now, BD. Okay. In kilometers. So here we can say BD. So here we're going to use the formula. That's all. So in this case, we're going to use 52 now. We'll be using 52 over 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by the radius. Now we use this one, which is in kilometers. 6370. Let's punch that on our calculators. So this is the answer that you're getting. Now you need to round off this to 3 significant figures, as we always do. 1, 2, 3. So it will be 5780 kilometers. Okay, let's go to the last part of the question. So we have the last question. The following diagram shows a first arm of a cone. The radii of the circles at the top and the bottom are 1.5 centimeters and 5 centimeters respectively. Its height is 7 centimeters. Calculate the volume of a first arm, given that pi is 3.142. So here we're going to use this formula. Okay, we're going to use this where r is the radius of the bigger circle here, which is 5. Small r also is 1.5. Then everything else, this is height. So we're going to say 3.142 multiplied by 7 over 3. Then here we have 5 squared plus 1.52 plus 5 multiplied by 1.5. All right. So then we have 3.142 multiplied by 7 over 3. When you work out, you punch this on your calculator. What are you going to get? Okay, this is going to give us 34.75 here. So we can go further and say 3.142 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 3, 4.75 divided by 3. What do we get? So let's get the assistance from the calculator. So when you multiply these ones, they'll give you this. When you divide by 3, this is what you're going to get. So your final answer should have how many significant figures? three significant figures. So 1, 2, 3. So we can get 1 from this one. So we're going to have 2, 5, 5, volume centimeters cubed. Okay, these answers are suggested answers. You may have a different one. Okay, so this brings us to the end of the paper. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Mbondo BC.